Hey there, welcome to week 2 of personal finance at the Bauer College of Business at the University of Houston. I'm Jim Munchbeck, and I am your facilitator, your instructor, your professor of personal finance. And I have to apologize. My last video that was being live streamed to our playlist got disrupted because Starlink failed. I thought it just tweaked. It looked like it was still working, but it wasn't. So I'm going to cover what you missed in that first video, and I'm going to then jump into week 2. But right up front, I want to announce that this week I'm going out of town. I'll be out of the country. I'm leaving Monday. And so, unfortunately, we missed Tuesday because of the freeze this last Tuesday. And I'm not going to be available this coming Tuesday. We have a Zoom meeting every Tuesday at 10 a.m., but that's not working out so well. So I want to just highlight a couple of things you missed from the first video. Number one, you should know by now that the uhplaylist.com, that's where you'll find videos for this semester, including this one and including the last one. uhzoom.com is the link that you will hit to go to the Zoom meeting every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Yes, you're responsible for watching those. You don't have to be there live, but I sure hope you can. If you can, you'll be able to ask questions and participate, and we'll get to know each other, and it'll be fun. If you can't, no problem, but you will watch the videos that are live streamed and recorded, and the best place to find those is the uhplaylist.com. The next thing I talked about was GroupMe, and I just kind of made some house rules for GroupMe. GroupMe is your place to collaborate. It's your place to ask one another questions, and it's your place if you're a student who wants to help other students with questions that they have about the course. It's where you can get some extra points and feel good about helping students in your course. It's uhgrp.com. That'll take you right to this semester's GroupMe group. So then I talked a little bit about how to create your articles. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to spend much time on it. Just I left some instructions for what we're looking for, and I promise you, you generally, students in this course from the Bauer College of Business, you usually exceed my expectations, so don't need to talk about that much. One thing that I want to make really clear is that you will get extra points this semester if you turn your assignments in early. Early is 3 p.m. on Friday. A couple of benefits that come from that is, number one, if you're missing some stuff and you get some deductions, I'll have an opportunity to review and give you some feedback. And when you make corrections and turn your assignment in by the due date, which is always Tuesday at 10 a.m., if you'll do that, make the corrections, and then resubmit the assignment with a little note that says, I turned this in early, I made corrections. That's all you need to do. Leave that in the little message box when you turn your assignment in the second time with the corrections. And I will give you the full, not just the full 50 points for the assignment, I'll give you the additional 10 points for turning it in early as long as you did everything right. But I promise you, these assignments are not tricky, they're not difficult, and if you just read the instructions and do the assignment and keep up with the work, you will do fine. My typically A students love to take advantage of my offer to turn the assignments in early. I hope you'll do that. One warning I want to give you is that if you turn your assignments in just like minutes before Tuesday at 10 a.m. when they're due, that's fine. You won't get deductions for turning it in on the money. But at the end of the semester, if you decide you need a few extra points to bump your grade up, I'm going to tell you then what I'm telling you now, and that is I made this offer to you. And it's a pretty good offer to turn your assignment in early to get extra points, to just build extra points throughout the semester. If you don't take advantage of that, at the end of the semester, please don't bother me for a request to add more points or add more assignments or add more work for me, because I'm going to probably say no. So anyway, we're getting this semester started off in an odd way because we had a freeze out this week And next week I'm going to be out of the country, so I posted, or I'm going to post, an announcement to let you know if you have questions about week 1 or week 2 assignment. Please shoot me a text message. You can email me if you want. I'll be available by email and by text message even though I'm out of the country. But if you have a question, first start in the GroupMe, please, and give students a chance to answer your questions. And if you can't get your questions answered there, then feel free to shoot me a text message and I will get back to you with an answer. And then I'll ask you to share that answer with other students in GroupMe, so that, because typically if you have a question, others have a question, unless you just didn't do the work and you want to ask the question of students who did do the work, so that you don't have to do the work. And that's fine too. Just start with GroupMe. Don't start with me, please. Thanks. Okay, so that's that. Went over week 1 assignment, saving with Chuck. That should be pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to spend any time on that. The class collaboration, I'll mention that real quick. Class collaboration for week 1 was just a conversation, a 3-part conversation, and a commitment for which app are you going to use in this semester to track your expenses. 3 things I'm going to require in that assignment. 1 is the data. So if you use an app, it'll capture, if you use your bank app, if you use mint.com, if you use Bayrock, if you link your accounts in the Bayrock portal, which you'll be learning about in the next few minutes, then you will have access to a tool that will capture every transaction. I just want the data. When you do that assignment, I'm going to ask for the data. If you tell me now that you're going to use Excel, I'm going to tell you that that's a difficult thing to do, because capturing every transaction is a lot of work if you're using Excel. But if you're using an app that automatically does that, like your credit card, your bank app, then it's super easy. The second thing in that assignment, there are 3 things. 1 is the data, all the data for the whole semester for what you spent. The second thing is the graph. You'll have a graph, a chart based on categories of spending. And the third thing is, I want you just to tell me, what did you learn in this assignment? Because you're going to see in those categories, those spending categories, there's probably going to be a couple of surprises. So I want you to just look at that and give me your experience. What was that like for you? So anyway, that's it for assignment number 1, week number 1. Number 2 is how to make a budget. So this now is officially week number 2. Let me get that up on the screen. Week number 2, how to make a budget. And yes, so I got everything from week number 1, I hope. If you have questions, again, let me know, or ask in the Zoom, in the GroupMe. So one of the things I do each semester is the expectations conversation. And the reason I do this is because as a professional for many years, I've discovered that expectations are pretty important. My expectations are sometimes much higher than what's realistic, and when that happens, I'm very disappointed, and disappointment is not fun. I want you to not be disappointed in, specifically, I want you to not be disappointed in what you get from this course and from me. So the expectations conversation is designed to help us get clear about what we each expect from each other. And it starts out, this is usually a conversation that we have during a Zoom meeting, since we're an asynchronous course. Your expectations of me, what do you have the right to expect of me? And usually I'm taking notes, and I won't be able to do that right now, but I'm hoping that you will send me your comments. What do you have the right to expect of me? And I'll take your responses and I'll make a list, and I'll be like, okay, I agree. You have the right to expect that from me. And then I'll make a list of my expectations of me, which are typically things that you may not have expected of me. And then I'll review any unworkable expectations. So If you give me an expectation that I just don't believe is realistic, I will make a note of that, and I'll make a list of that, and I'll do another video in the future soon, and I'll say this really is not something you can expect of me. It's just not reasonable. So anyway, that's one way that we can kind of work together and collaborate on our expectations so that your outcomes, the ones that you want, your expectations for this course get achieved, and hopefully I can exceed your expectations. I really want to do that. So that's what the expectations conversation is. And then it's your expectations of you. Now, what do I have the right to expect of you? And I have a list of things that I have the right to expect of you. And one of them is, I'll just tell you, that you watch these Zoom meetings. I know that's a surprise to some who think that because this is an asynchronous course, you don't have to watch the lectures. Well, you don't have to you don't have to be present for the live meetings, but you do have to watch the recording. You can watch it on YouTube at double time because you can listen at least twice as fast as I can talk. But that's one of my expectations of you. Another one is that you read the instructions on the assignment. Another one that I believe I have the right to expect from you is that you do the work and you submit it on time. And if you fail to do that, I believe I have the right to expect of you that you take responsibility for that and not make it my problem, because it's not my problem, it's your problem. And so that's kind of my expectations of you. So if you have any other expectations of you that I missed, I'd love to hear you share that with me. And then again, if there are any unworkable expectations that I have of you, I'd love to hear about that so we can work out some alternatives so that we can be clear about our expectations for one another, so that we don't have unresolved or unmet expectations. At this point, I can't imagine, well, maybe you do have some expectations that I've already failed to meet. And if that's true, please let me know. Text me, email me, and let's talk about it. So that's it. So next, part one, build a basic budget. Now this part of the assignment is really not difficult. We have a lot of accounting students in this course. It'll be super easy for you. If you're not an accounting student, like I was not an accounting student and I didn't have a budget in college and budgeting is not my favorite activity, if you're like me, creating a budget may seem like a lot of work. I don't want it to be a lot of work. It doesn't have to be a lot of work. There's lots of easy ways to do it, and I give you some resources. NerdWallet is one of them. I like NerdWallet. They're a great outfit. I met the folks there some time back. But anyway, there's some suggestions, templates, whatever. I just want you to create a basic budget, show me what you got, and that way I can have a better understanding of where you're at in terms of the budgeting process. So that's that. Let's see. Oh yeah, and this is where you will join. Let me see if this is what I think it is. It is. I've been looking for this link for some time. I'm going to remove that link because I keep getting, in fact, well, I won't show you now, but anyway, this is the link that you will go to register and sign up for your financial planning portal. It's a premium financial planning portal that is provided by my company, Bayrock. We use a company called Right Capital. And Right Capital, they create the tool. It's a financial planning tool. Like again, it's a premium tool with lots of bells and whistles, lots of features and benefits. And I use it with my wealth management clients. And I make it available for you this semester to create your own financial plan. It's very simple, very almost self-explanatory to go through the process. But that's what you're going to do. You're going to create these 6 data cards. When you register, you'll go to this place, this link, this landing page. You'll enter your email address, you'll create a password, first and last name, and you'll create an account. And then you'll want to save the link when you log in, so that when you can go back and edit your plan throughout the semester. You'll be building a plan. I would encourage you to download their mobile app too. It's called Write Capital. But you're going to start with these data cards. They're called data cards. You're going to do lots of data cards this semester, because each of these data cards become an integral part of your financial plan. So these are the 6 that I want you to complete this week. And let me just make a note about the expenses. So you're going to do a detailed worksheet, and I'll show you how to do that. I will post a tutorial video for how to do that. And when you add those expenses, I want you to just think about what's your life, all of the things, the expenses that are related to your life. So maybe right now you're not paying for internet. Maybe right now you're not paying for rent or insurance or gasoline or a car payment or a home insurance or property taxes or any of that. But at some point when you graduate, you will be. And I want you to start thinking about your expenses as if you've already graduated. By the time we get in 3, 4, 5 weeks into this course, you're going to be working on a financial plan that will not be based on your existing circumstances, your current circumstances. It's going to be based on, what do you expect when you graduate? Where do you hope to be working? Where do you hope to be living? And what do you think your expenses will be? So just start thinking about that now. I know that may be a little confusing, but just think in terms of what your life and the expenses related to your life will be later. Because right now, chances are, there's a lot of things that are part of your life that are not being, you're not paying for them, but you're receiving them. You've got internet, you have utilities, heat, water, food, transportation, I think I said internet. So I want you to start thinking about the cost of those. My battery's going low. I gotta go change that real quick. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. I had to charge my mouse. And so when I plugged my mouse in, I had to change wires, which meant I had to unplug my MacBook. So back to the budget. So that's about it for the budget. Again, if you have questions, read the instructions, and then be sure to review your detail expenses in your planning portal. And then you're going to grab some screenshots just from your planning portal. So again, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll post a video from last semester in this playlist, so you have kind of a tutorial for setting up your portal. And then the class collaboration for this week's Zoom meeting is, what is it? I don't know what it is this week. It's going to be something that I mentioned in this Zoom meeting, which isn't really a Zoom meeting. So I'll tell you what, in the end of this video right now, I'm going to end the video. I'm going to suggest that you tell me, this is the Zoom, this is the collaboration component for this week. Excuse me. And this is my question to you that I want you to answer. How do you feel about the requirement of watching our Zoom meetings that are being recorded, knowing that you don't have to attend the live meetings, but you do have to view each weekly Zoom meeting? I want to know how you feel about that. Are you willing to do it? Do you think it's an unreasonable request? That's one of my expectations. So I'm very curious about that, and I'm going to make that the weekly collaboration, class collaboration conversation. You just post that either in Money Study Group or in the comments of this video. Just tell me what you're thinking, how you feel about the requirement to watch your Zoom meetings each week, the lectures that I'm going to be doing on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. I hope you can join us live at those meetings, but if you cannot, you can always find them at the UH playlist. I just clicked on that link to see if it takes me to the right place. It says the page does not exist. That's great. So here's what it should do. It should go to UH playlist. If it went there, it would take you right to this page. This is the playlist. So that's that. I think I'm going to close it out right there. That was week number 2. Again, if you have questions that can be answered by other students, please start with GroupMe. And if you are not getting answers to those questions, shoot me a text message or an email. My contact information is in the syllabus. And again, I'll be posting another video in our playlist that gives you a little tutorial for how to set up your portal at Bayrock, which is Right Capital. That's the company, but it's our technology partner at Bayrock Financial. That's my company, where we do investment management and financial planning. So thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's see. Yeah, you can subscribe to the channel. My personal YouTube channel is at Jim Munchback. Munchback has an H on the end. And if you hit the little bell, you'll get notified when I post videos, and that might come in handy after you graduate. I post lots of educational information on my channel. It's a new channel, so there are very few subscribers at this point. I would love it if you would take a minute to subscribe. No, you don't get extra points for that, but it does. Hopefully, it makes me feel good. I hope it makes you feel good too. But like the video if you don't mind. As you know, channels, videos, they don't get seen if they're not liked. And so I want other students who are thinking about their financial future to know about this course. So this is these videos get posted on the channel, and sometimes I share them in LinkedIn and Facebook. But everything you need for this semester in terms of content, video content, will be posted in that YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now, and I'm going to have to upload this video to YouTube the old-fashioned way, and the stream didn't work because I had a little intermittent issue with Starlink, so it may take a little while, but I'll get there, and I'll see you when I get back from out of town for week number 3. That'll be Tuesday at 10 a.m. Not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. I'll see you then. Thanks again for watching. Take care.